Are you ready to watch me hyperventilate on camera for however long this video is? Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I really wasn't expecting to record today, so excuse all of this, especially this. My eyes are dry, okay? I just didn't want to put on my contacts. So Kirby Air Ride got a sequel announced today. I would love to talk about the direct as a whole, just, you know, start some conversation, but mostly I just want to freak out about Kirby Air Riders. Like, there has been so much speculation going into this direct about, ooh, what's gonna be the big thing they announced, you know, the big system seller. And let me tell you, Kirby Air Ride is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, if you don't count an MMO like World of Warcraft as like my favorite multiplayer game, Kirby Air Ride is. The amount of friends I have forced into playing that game with me, like, over and over, I do not shut up about it. My rug is even Kirby Air Ride themed. Like, I love the original GameCube Kirby Air Ride game so much, and there is not, like, it didn't even cross my mind once that we might get a sequel today, because do you know how long I've been waiting? But yeah, I really wanted to start a discussion with you guys about this. Like, we didn't really get a whole lot from the teaser. I do have to say though that the game looks so colorful and beautiful. That's like my only gripe with the original Kirby Air Ride. I know some people have more. I love that game, but I feel like the colors were very muted. And there wasn't enough racetracks, but this is so unscripted. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited. I just woke up. Oh, but what do you guys think is going to be different about it besides, obviously, it's a new console? Of course, there's going to be new things, new graphics, but my main hope, and I feel like a lot of Kirby Air Ride fans will relate with this. I'm sorry, once again, I'm not really looking at the camera for obvious reasons a whole lot. I'll side angle it. City Trial. Obviously, it's gotta come back. Sakurai knows. He knows that's what everyone wants. But I would love to see new maps, like so many new maps. Like, I love the city in City Trial. It's big, it's varied, but I would love to just see variation in it. And at the end, you know, I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you know what Kirby Air Ride is. I don't need to explain it to you, but you know the minigame at the end? Where it's kind of just like, it's random for the most part, except maybe a hint. So you should kind of just grab whatever cart feels right in the moment and gather whatever boosts you can. You just don't really know what you're aiming for. I would love to see not just one minigame, but a little like a set of them, like a few, like a little tournament at the end, you know? You boost up your cart, your star, your whatever, your vehicle, and then you partake in different challenges that still rotate out. So it's not always just the same exact thing every time, but I feel like that would be the best way for me to grow on City Trials perfection. This is going to work great with the new, like, voice chat and whatnot that they've announced for the Switch too. Good job, Nintendo, finally catching up. I'm just like watching the teaser over and over, like, I'm making y'all watch it too. Obviously, I hope there's new carts. I think the ones that it shows, yeah, we've had all of these carts in the original game, so I hope there's a lot more carts. I would love to see more playable characters from the series, because we did get Meta Knight and King Dedede, but there's so many wonderful characters in the Kirby universe, like, let them join us. But yeah, obviously more carts too that work in different ways. Maybe buff up the ability system a little. We'll see, but I don't know. I'd also love to see some tracks that actually resemble places in Kirby games. Because that's another thing about Kirby Air Ride. I said I had no complaints, and here I am like, well, they could do this better, but as much as I've played it and loved it, I can critique it a little bit. But yeah, the maps in the first one, like, don't really feel like they belong in a Kirby game. I get it, maybe they were going more for the style of the canceled GameCube game, but I don't know, take me to some iconic places, you know? Maybe I want to drive in a loop around Wispy Woods or something. We can have the Coconut Mall, like Kirby Forgotten Land has a big mall, drive through that. You know, Forgotten Land would have a lot of good course designs in it. How is it coming out this year? Like, how? I'm about to be so poor. The Switch 2 was supposed to come out in fall for me, so that I had time to save up. I got bills to pay, and your girl's gonna pre-order it anyways if she can, but you know. I can't believe Kirby Air Ride's coming out with it, but I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. But please let me know, like, what you would love to see in it. I would love to talk about Kirby Air Ride any day of the week. I'm also definitely really needing to get Nintendo Switch Online so that we can play it together. I don't know, Kirby Air Ride Discord? Maybe? Who knows? But yeah, the whole Direct, like, I mean, it had its highs and then it definitely had its a lot of ands. But that's also because I kind of stick hard to mainline Nintendo games. It's hilarious Cyberpunk is coming to it though. Like, I'm not surprised. I actually called it before they announced it because I'm like, you know, The Witcher was in it, but it was very funny to me because it is just a very mature rated game. But an open world Mario Kart too, like, and their little outfits, like, is that just like the power-ups, I guess? Like, it kind of seems like it was. Why can you play as the Boo Moo Meadows cow? I don't know. I am so excited. Y'all know I love Mario Kart too. So we'll definitely have to be playing that online a fair bit. And that Donkey Kong game. That is the last thing we were expecting. Like, okay, at the end, me and Ryder were watching it together. And of course they dropped Air Ride and then the Donkey Kong game. And at the beginning of the Air Ride teaser, I know we cannot be the only ones. We were like, this is Smash Bros. This has to be the new Smash Bros. Like, the sound effects were so freaking Smash Bros. And then it was the Kirby star. And I'm like, yeah, Sakurai loves his Kirby. Of course Kirby's gonna be like introducing Smash Bros. And he looked so sad. He was in such despair. I told Ryder, I was like, there is no way this is a mainline Kirby game because look how unhappy, look how sad my boy is. This is Smash. It was Kirby Air Ride. I about peed my pants. I actually cried. Like, I screamed. I ran around the house when the Direct was over because I needed to message people. I was talking about the Donkey Kong game. Yeah, we were not expecting that either. Whenever it was first shown, we were like, oh, is this the next, like, Mario, like 3D Mario game? Like that's expected. Of course, it's Nintendo. Why did I expect the expected? They can go either way, really. But and then I saw one of the monkeys like mining or something, and I was like, okay, that looks like a Donkey Kong monkey. This must be like Mario, but it was Donkey Kong. It was actually just a 3D Donkey Kong, and it's like, of course, we all knew about his redesign from the Switch 2 teasers, like showing Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong looked completely different. Like, it makes so much sense that there's a new Donkey Kong game. Like, of course. I just didn't really think about it. But I love that you dig around. Like, I am a huge fan of Deep Rock Galactic. I know I've probably talked about it a million times on this channel before. So, Donkey Kong Dwarf game where you dig in a hole, I don't think that's the purpose of it, but I can. Actually, no, it did seem like he was exploring an underground world, so I bet there will be a fair amount of digging. Not what I think about when I think about Donkey Kong, but I'm excited nonetheless. Like, that is probably going to be another pre-order. And of course, Forgotten Land is also getting more content, which, like, the vibes, first off, astonishing. Y'all know I love, like, galaxy, pretty blue, sparkly stuff like that, but Forgotten Land is at least my favorite mainline Kirby game. I'm bad at choosing overall favorites. It could be Kirby Air Ride. I'd love it. So just getting more content for that, like, I'm stupid. I'm gonna buy the whole game physically again because that's just how it is, even though it's apparently being rumored that physical games are going to be $80 and digital $70 for the Switch 2, and I hope that's not true, but that's what I saw on the bluesky this morning. But I also want to just get that day one. Though I do feel like that means that the next Kirby game is probably a ways off, but that's okay. I will take Kirby Air Ride. I will be enjoying that for the next 20 years. At least. 2003! Oh god. Back in the day, whenever you didn't really, like, I don't know, I guess some people probably kept up with Nintendo a good bit more through, like, Nintendo Power and whatnot, but when I was a tiny kid, my parents had Nintendo Power before they had me, but not after, which is kind of rude. But I wouldn't know about the new games coming out until I saw them on the store shelves. And every now and then, I'd get to go pick out a game with my allowance, my good brownie points or whatever. And I remember seeing this in the display at the Target, and I know I was torn between this and some other game that I don't remember, and I am so glad I went with this one. Also, the possibilities, like, I think we already pretty much knew that the Switch 2 Joy-Cons were going to be, like, computer mice. Is that the plural for a computer mouse? That just feels wrong. Computer mouses also feels incorrect anyway. But I feel like the possibilities that opens up is quite beautiful. I'm definitely, if I get Metroid Prime 4, which I'd like to try Metroid. I've never played one. I know Prime's more of a shooter, but I definitely feel like that would be better. With mouse control, shooters generally are. But yeah, I don't know. I mostly wanted to record this quick little thing so that we could talk about the Direct. It's one of those days where I'm like stuck at home and Ryder had to go to work. And I'm like, I just need to talk to somebody about this, but everyone is asleep. So yeah, love to know what you guys thought about it, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye bye!